And joining us right now to talk more about this is Democratic Congressman Adam Smith of Washington. He is the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Committee. It's good to see you again, Congressman. I want to get your take on Elon Musk and some of what Elon Musk said in that impromptu press conference and what he said he found. One of the things that he said is at USAID, he says that he found some officials had been taking kickbacks. Quite a few people, he said, had managed to accrue tens of millions of dollars in net worth while they're in that position. Also, as you heard, they're claiming that they are maximally transparent. What do you think of that? Have you guys received any documentation or any word of any of this fraud he's accusing them of finding?
Look, it's unbelievably dishonest and also, I guess, fiendishly clever. You know, just say you're transparent and assume people will believe it. There's no evidence of transparency, and you've outlined a lot of it in your reporting leading up to this. But yes, he makes these bald statements that are not supported by any facts. There is literally no factual evidence presented of anyone at USAID making tens of millions of dollars. So if he has it, he should produce it. Saying it and not producing it is the exact opposite of transparency. Meanwhile, programs all across the world are shut down. Literally, people are starving to death because they've shut down programs that we committed to. We made a commitment to give a certain amount of money for, programs in Sudan and elsewhere that he just shut down without any notice to anybody, breaking a contract, breaking the law because the U.S. Congress and previous president had signed it into law, and having a devastating impact on individuals. And then just the cruelty of it. You have USAID employees stranded all over the world, just suddenly cut off with no help. There's nothing transparent about this process right now. But, they show up in the Oval Office and say, we are the most transparent thing in the world. And we're all supposed to go, well, he wouldn't say that if it wasn't true, would he? Yes, he would.
There's also him being an unelected bureaucratic-like official now going after unelected bureaucrats who he says have more power than you as an elected lawmaker. Let me play this for you.
We have this unelected, fourth unconstitutional branch of government, which is the bureaucracy, which has, in a lot of ways, currently more power than any elected representative. And this is not something that people want. And it does not match the will of the people. So it's just something we've got to fix.
He says that it's something he has to fix. What is the role that you think Democrats, frankly, Republicans in Congress should have, as DOGE is steamrolling through and President Trump just signed an executive order giving him more power?
Yeah, I think part of the role is to be honest with the American people. And what Elon Musk just said there is just flat a lie. It is the executive branch of the government. Those bureaucrats that he's talking about are under control of the President of the United States. And they're under control of the various departments in which they are assigned. The President was elected. Our job in Congress is to pass the laws that govern their actions. It is all very constitutional. And if President Trump disagrees with where they're spending money or disagrees with those departments, then he can follow the law and pass legislation to change it. Or in some cases, he has control over the agencies. He can't just unilaterally block programs that Congress has passed. Congress has control of the purse. I think even people who aren't constitutional scholars understand that. So he is disregarding Congress. In some cases, he's disregarding the courts. The courts have issued orders blocking them from cutting off any domestic programs. Those domestic programs are still being cut off. So what Elon Musk is doing is he's disregarding the Constitution and ignoring the legislative branch and ignoring the judicial branch. And that's not transparent and it's not legal. Again, if we want to have a debate about going forward, what should we spend on USAID? I think there are some programs in USAID that probably don't make sense. Fine, let's talk about those. But you can't just come in and ignore the law and wipe out programs that have been passed by Congress. That's what they're doing, and they're not doing it transparently.
I'm very curious what this means for the Pentagon, because, and that's obviously, this is the department you have oversight over. The Defense Secretary has told Axios that he plans to welcome Elon Musk and the quote-unquote keen eye of DOGE in to scrutinize Pentagon spending very soon. And Donald Trump has said that he wants to send Elon Musk over to look at the military. Do you have a sense of what that is going to mean for the department you have spent years supporting and having oversight over?
Well, nobody knows for sure, because with each department they've targeted, they've come at it with a meat axe. I mean, on the domestic side, there's some programs out in the state of Washington that have seen their funds cut off. One is a program for wildfire prevention. There's a Lutheran organization that has been targeted because I can't even remember what the conspiracy theory was, why they were problematic. So the answer is, when he goes to the Pentagon, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. And look, government efficiency and effectiveness, we can definitely get better. And look, if you want to go into the Pentagon and try to fix the requirements process and the acquisition process so we buy things more quickly, more effectively, and more intelligently, I think that's great. But also, and I hadn't even mentioned this part, a lot of what they're doing is targeting people that just have been critical of Trump. We've seen that with the cutting off of security protection from Mark Esper and Mark Milley and others. So will he go into the Pentagon and simply try to fire anyone who said anything bad about Trump? Or will he go into the Pentagon and try to make it more efficient and more effective? We don't know, and as you've pointed out, there's no transparency on this. We're just going to find out as it happens, and that is against our constitutional democracy.
And when it comes to the funding of the military, I can't think of anything more dangerous than not knowing, not having, and just taking a meat axe to it.
Well, sorry, but one thing more dangerous would be cutting off food for starving people, which is what we're doing by shutting down USAID programs.
Yeah. Congressman Adam Smith, thank you for coming in.